Hi everyone. The poem I'm reading today for you is from my book When the Flowers Begin to Speak, which was published at the end of 2021, beginning of 22 by Writers Workshop. This poem is called Asking of the Five. The five that I'm referring to here are the Pandavas. Of course, it is drawn from the mythological story in the Mahabharata of the figure of Draupadi, and it builds on that and speaks back to history as well as contemporary times. As much as I know, and as far as back as I can remember, and as much as I have read, Draupadi has been a very, very powerful figure, a trope, even a site, a space, a voice in mythology, in literature, in history, in a sense, also for women to to understand, to claim, to speak from as a position and somebody who has inspired as well as someone who has stood out as a relatable figure. This is not to say that the Mahabharata is a greatly feminist text and so on. And this is also not to say that Draupadi's ability to speak is not also drawn from her privileged position and at the cost of silencing of dasis and so many others. So, keeping all of that in mind, Draupadi still comes across as a powerful figure for any revolutionary idea and any idea that demands that we look at gender equality and gender justice and injury, can be inspired from. So that is what my poem also does, inspired by the enigmatic and incredibly philosophical, astute, and courageous figure Draupadi in the Mahabharata. Asking of the five: whom did you lose first, yourself or me? Sabha Parva of the Mahabharata. How dare you love me when you thus loathe? Was it me or yourself you first lost? How dare you divide me when you alone I chose, divided always from your true self, acting upon another's bidding? How was I to know that the one I thought belongs to me, whose arrow not only lands on the eye of the fish but upon his own, belongs not even to himself? Dividing I from you, did you not realize that othering yourself is losing self rule? And you, the mighty one, who rage with fury, what were you then when all your brawny strength obeyed the elder's choice of silence? Where stood your words of prowess and love as I, your lover, was before you abused till my own powers summoned my own rescue? As I cried, you, a Sisyphean boulder of mighty silence, stood. You speak of dipping your hands in the enemy's blood, but what revenge, what fury will wash the blood that your hands already wear the color of? Can fresh blood, clean blood already drawn? You, the truthful one, the one who threw the dice against chance as though the universe was a game, a dance, knowing that there are only so many odds that last. You who believed you were being a true king, loyal to kin and opponents, playing by the fairest of rules, knowing well you were playing with my life, my body, my dignity here. And you have the right to say, enough. You went on. Who did you pawn first? Your truth or you? There is nothing fair nor just about the destruction you gambled. No martyrdom in wearing the white veil of victimhood. Just at the moment, I hold you accountable. for your deeds culpable. You speak of the truth as though the truth of my violation is beyond the realm of your cognizance. Who are you when you gamble your soul? Who are you to me lose when you are yourself no longer? Will truth not stoop to answer this riddle? Both of you, divine and double, I turn to you too. Twin husbands handed to me by fate, or law, or whim, I know not. How did I not know then that I was only a pawn in this double dealing plot, taking your revenge theatrics for a performance of love? But how was I to know that your glorious doubleness also meant two-faced interest? That twice is the trauma of being watched by you as I was mercilessly unrobed, manhandled by power and lust. You, the one I chose, the beautiful one. That arrow you shot that pierced the fish's eye, don't you remember? In that reflection danced my face too. Choosing you was self-choice. How came so many others to participate in our betrothal when I alone won you? Is only the woman's self common? And what sets you apart? What in you ever so uncommon? Most men blindly follow the fraternal code. I thought perhaps you were different. Was it blindness then that sent the arrow? When your mother said, divide what you won, and you obeyed as though you had never learnt the art of conversation, did you see the I or the nothingness in that command as a blind spot? But I was not of your self-subjugation the only victim, for so many would die for naught. I soon learnt you shoot not only for love. You who were always taking statements as unquestionable truths, you who would never talk back to a command, I have no commands, but a thought this day, even if, like a good tragedy, all too late. Lover of choice, you listen to so many. Now listen to this too. What if you only asked questions of your own soul, the soul that would not hurt his own, the soul that knew there was out there a better huntsman, who, because glory in this land is reserved by birth, for you gave up his glorious thumb? If you would listen to your lithe body's words, where archer and dancer meet are a trance, in whom man and woman are but one, who needed no guised charioteer to see into the eye of truth. If you had not bartered your soul, dear one, whom I chose, I would no longer have to ask. When you say you lost me, is it me or yourself you lost first?